back outside again today in this nice little spot of mine. I know I show it off a lot, but just want to have a look at this. You cannot tell me this is looking absolutely incredible. The way the sun's come down at the moment with that little red glow coming off the water. Mate, it's top notch. I kid you not, this is an absolutely beautiful spot. Sound of the water, red light, smell of nature. Absolutely perfect. Very, very grateful for it. So, enough of that time to actually get into the topic of today's video. Let me take this off. Here's a bit of a mess at the moment, but we move. So, I wanted to talk today about the concept of your brain sort of being against you. A lot of the time, your own mind, your brain, will go against what you're trying to do, what you know you need to do. It's kind of weird to think about that you can be against yourself. So the other night, I think it was last night, I think it was the night before, I sort of pulled something a little bit in my back while doing some exercise a couple of days ago. Slight tweak, not anything major, but it was a bit sore. So I went to sleep, and I was nice early night. Woke up at 3 a.m. though to go to the toilet and whatnot. And the first thing I thought when I woke up at 3 was, don't want to do legs tomorrow. I don't want to have to get up and go to the gym and do legs. My back's sore. Oh, if I squat and I mess it up somehow, the form's a little bit off, it can make it a lot worse. You know, whatever. Went back to sleep. I woke up in the morning. I thought back to it. I was like, why am I thinking about that? Why is that my thought process at 3 a.m? Gym's my favourite thing to do in the day. It's the best thing for me. It's so beneficial in every way. I really enjoy it. I get to hang out with my mates. How could I possibly... Why is that what I'm thinking about when I'm waking up that early in the morning for a couple minutes? And why is my brain going against me? And that's really highlighted the fact that your own mind can work against you. Now that's the case with mental health issues, depression and anxiety and whatnot. It's your mind working against you, but it's even these subtle little ways like this. I think this is why so many people struggle with self-improvement and whatnot, because they want to do something, they know they should be doing something, and their mind just goes against them. And they don't even realise it, so they just go with it because it's what they're thinking, it must be right. But I think a lot more people need to realise that your brain isn't always on your side, and that's really weird to think about. It's kind of you versus you a lot of the time. You know, it's something as great for me as the gym that I really like. As soon as I get a little bit of consciousness, my brain kicks into gear and goes, no, I shouldn't do it today. Now, of course, I did do it. No skipping the gym here, my friends. No way. Can't lose any of those gains. But it's highlighted for me, this whole experience, that you need to be really aware of this, and you've got to be vigilant. You can't just take everything your mind says as gospel. You need to be more present. You need to stop. You need to have a look, and you've got to go, is this what's really best for me? Or is this what's best for the old me who did all the bad habits, who skipped the good ones? Is this best for the me now who's trying to get bigger in the gym, trying to become more mindful and grateful, or is this what's best for the me who was so damn bad that he needed to do this in the first place? You got to be aware that your mind isn't always going to help you. You got to stop, you got to pause, you got to go, alright, I'm thinking this, but I know I've got to do this. It's about being disciplined. You've got to stay on track, you've got to stay focused. And furthering this, I was having a discussion with one of my friends before. We sort of treat each other like rivals. Was quite a bit of competition between us, and for that I'm very grateful because it's helped me achieve a fair few things in my time. But I was messaging him earlier today and he said something like, oh, am I the villain in your life story? I thought about it. I was like, at times it's me. I've been the villain in my own story sometimes. Everyone says, I'll be the hero of your own story, whatnot. I think it's interesting to think that you could be the villain of your own story. You could be the villain, the antagonist for your own life. So many self-destructive habits, so many bad things to you. I've done so many things that are horrible for my health, my mental state, my future. Terrible sleep, terrible hygiene, terrible physique. So many things. I dug myself in my own hole. I was thinking about that. I coupled it with what I thought the other night at 3 in the morning. You can be the enemy of yourself. Your brain works against you so much of the time, we just don't even realise it. So I think in order to progress further in life, self-improvement, anything you want to do, you got to take a moment. You got to when you start thinking of excuses, when you start thinking of things to get yourself out of something that might be a little bit uncomfortable. I don't want to talk to that person on the street. I don't want to go to the gym today. You just got to take a moment. You got to pause. You got to think. Is that really me saying that, or is that just my mind generating these thoughts because it's easy? And once you realise that, you can assess, go from there, do what's actually best for you. Take a moment to stop, pause, reflect, and make sure you don't end up becoming the enemy of your own story. Don't become the villain.